So here we go with Loki versus Siv, or Siv as it says here. I'm just going to say Siv because that sounds more Norwegian or even Norse to me. Someone doesn't want to play against Malians. So if Loki happens to be Nope or Vevi, they've been obstructed from one of the stronger infantry civilizations out there. Well, some infantry picks here though. We have Bulgarians, Japanese, Dravidians, all to be classified as infantry civs. And as far as home maps go, we have slopes and islands. So Civ picked islands. Italians in the draft. Papaya confirmed. No, we already know who you are at Papaya Pit. We figured that out on Friday. Maybe. Who knows? The reveal won't be until after the final. So, anyway, islands as one of the home maps. Of course, Italians is out of the question. And Lithuanians still pretty decent. The rest of those, I'm not too sure about. I guess Lithuanians will have to be the island civ here, unless you want to do some early landing shenanigans. And as far as Loki goes, Dravidians, the obvious island civ, actually gets a civilization advantage here in that regard, I think. Who am I? You'll have to look at the guess games for that, I guess. But I'm just putting random names in, of course, because I don't want to reveal anything yet for myself. Or reveal myself. Anyway, these are the civilizations. The first map is always Arabia, in which case I expect to see Ethiopians versus Franks, perhaps? All these are good Arabian contenders. So let's just get going and pull up the first game. And hope they will play back. Which is another concern, obviously. Yep, here we are. Player names, as should be, round of 16, best of 3. We have Civ here in the Franks, are in the red, playing as Franks, and Loki as the Ethiopians here. So let's see what this game brings. I'm gonna show some of the new player cards just for reference here. I've added Heads 97. And text you can read there. Throws too many games underestimating the opponent. Be on the lookout for that. Often goes all in longswords. That's hopefully not going to happen here. And then we have Papaya Pete cards. He says he's a Cav Archer fan and always picks meta civs for any map. Always adds TCs and eco upgrades, or I mean, his exact wording was loves eco upgrades and additional TCs too much. Uh-oh. Rough start for Civ. That could be a dead builder, actually. And finally, we added Momo as well. If we're going to be on the lookout for Momo here. No closed maps were picked. I guess Slopes is relatively easily walled, but that's not by any definition a closed map. Likes booming. We've seen a lot of that. And bad at eco upgrades. Nice hidden names. Yeah, wasn't my idea, but Shakuni picked the Norse gods as the identities, hidden identities for players. So Franks, that has to be scouts, right? I mean, the Men-at-Arms archers, not to be underestimated as the Franks either, but scouts definitely the most common. Playing into the mobility could be good against Ethiopians as well, as Ethiopians lack some mobility in not having particularly good cavalry options. I suppose they've gone a little bit better recently with the patch, even though they still don't get bloodlines and that sort of things. Yeah, I commented on that T90 video, yeah. But that's fine. That was a nice video. Fun video. Bullying the Icelandic players, or Icelandic player. Loki found the last two pigs, so it's good to go here already. Walling in the back as well, so this could be someone that likes to close the maps and boom away. Let's show some more player cards as we get the build-up going here. This is just bullshit, of course. Everything that's written about Tiger here, that's Nope's notes, but Nope signed that Tiger, so that's what we're gonna get about Tiger. And to respond to that, we have Nope's civilization card as well, if he happens to be one of these players. Plays Persians on watermelon, very useful intelligence right there. Never picks color and struggles in post-Imperial Age. He crumbles like a cookie, he claims, when it goes to the late imp. Save is forward to scout now. Could get a run in with Loki's scout, but Loki's being greedy and pushing in all the deer. Could be that. No, I don't think Siv pushed any deer unless there were deer closer to the base than the ones out here. And also lacking the last two pigs, so maybe Siv assumes that they have been scouted for now. How many signed up for Norge's Hidden Cup? I limited to 16 players, so the first 16 to sign up got the spots. Barracks going up for Loki, wants to go for the Ethiopian's Men at Arms opening here. That's perfectly viable with 20 population, because, I mean, it could be, I suppose it could be straight archers as well. Red sees the barracks going up. We still have some time to produce some militia before the feudal age kicks in here, so that should be fine. As Ethiopians get 100 food, 100 gold entering the next age. Pig picking not ideal here for Loki. Maybe got a little bit too preoccupied with the scouts fighting. And Siv's scout still alive as well. Just barely, but still alive, and will be getting an additional few hit points entering the feudal age. Yep, first militia moving out. Loki walling off further here as well. Oh no! Is he stuck? He's stuck! Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's one potential man-at-arm going to waste there. That's an unfortunate placement, and Siv probably sees it now. So, watches the barracks here. Rip, says Daddy. Well, Daddy likes playing Ethiopians. But he tends to like more dimensional strategies. More, but maybe he's just trying to hide this identity and play completely meta here and make them think he's Aximinator or Vevi here or something. Men-at-Arms not gonna come in, probably because the third militia is stuck. Daddy played last week though. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. We know who Daddy is as well. I'm going to move all the sets to YouTube as I get them. I'm going to have to edit the first two sets a little bit to get context right. But we'll see about that. Scout going down for the Franks. Fighting with builders against the militia makes sense. Wants to take them out before a potential man-at-arms upgrade here. But if Siv saw correctly, we'll also see that. And this guy is stuck over here, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So our range is going up for the Franks now, expecting the Ethiopians archers, so we want some Frankish skirmishers to meddle in here. Looks at the scout, but we're going down to town center fire as well. Siv likes to play it more open here, plays the mobility of the scouts. Didn't really manage to do much with the scouts yet. Let's see if Blue knows that this is open. He knows. And he's panic walling a little bit now, just to make sure they... I mean, why aren't you walling this side first though? But yeah, just to make sure the scouts can't enter. Are we watching Andy play? Andy goes for two fast FCs, likes Night Sibs and hate Britons. Well, the likes Night Sibs checks out. But Andy is all of the players, so... So it's a bit of a difficult call to make. That's a lot of builders on berries. I don't know what's happening with that. Healthy farming economy for the Franks now. Idle TC higher for the Franks than for the Ethiopians because of the mess of militia and spearmen entering the opposing side. It's some extreme commitment to walling. Is this Arsak? I mean, we know who Arsak is, but just for the sake of showing the clowns here. We are for the wall by minute 14.5, so the scouts won't be doing anything. And Andy apparently likes berries a lot, according to Papaya Pete, so he could be Sif. I already have Andy for someone else though, so he can't be Siv. Skirmishers and archers moving out here, but looks like the Franks player has more skirmishers out. Oh, Andy says he is Sif. Yeah, but you're everyone, Andy, so... It's just the way it goes. So creating walling at the home base here for Sif. Also walling to the edge of the map, which is fine. Securing this woodland completely from ranged aggression should he need to relocate. Fantastic TC spot here later for the blue player. Oh, it's a hole! Holy shit, all that walling and for nothing. Oh, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. You had one job. You guys. You Waller boys. Archers and Skirm moving out here. I don't think they'll be entering effectively over here. But that hurts. Quite a bit. Him is with the army momentum here, I have to say, even if it's only skirmishers and a few scouts, it's more total than Loki. And if Loki tries to go into spearman defense here against the scouts, that's not going to end very well because there are enough skirmishers here to deal with that. Wait, how did you guys get in? Did you just magically... It's the game of holes. What the hell? They both have fully wall bases, like by far, and then they still manage to let enemy armies in through the holes. But Civ quickly plugged it over there, and is still getting aggression in on Loki's side. Yeah, I'm showing OG that this card. That's not what I wanted to, but yeah, wacky strats. All in Knights Archers. Well, that's not what we're seeing here. Let's have a look at Rodis or Gustavino's card here. Closed maps. Well, he's made his own closed map over here. Likes hand cannoneers, lots of TCs and booming. We'll see if booming happens later on. Villagers going down here. 3 villagers killed by Civ here. Assuming an eco lead here now, but Loki is going for the cancellation. Did sell gold, no, stone to do so. So that's obviously a concern in terms of extra town centers. That hole's still not plugged, as Civ is not allowing it to happen over here. Yeah, just scouts and skirmishers. Do we have any scouts and skirm combination lovers in the Hidden Cup lineup? It's good aggression, at least. Simplers keep streaming units in, playing extended feudal age here. Should be able to click Castle Age soon. Both buildings are there. The resources are in place. Yeah, but the aggression is on point. Loki won't be able to easily afford any new town centers unless he uses the market to buy 100 stone, which is going to be costly. Going very heavy on the gold over here. Gonna go into some camels, perhaps, against Frank's scouts and skirmishers now. And attempting to find a different woodland to get things going here. Huang confirmed. I don't know about that. Spearman now pikeman for Loki because the upgrade kicks in instantly for the Ethiopians. So they never need to tech into pikemen. Not enough scouts here to contest the Franks, especially not since Ethiopians don't get bloodlines at all. And we have Ethiopians knights. Is this Daddy? Is this OG Daddy? He loves playing Ethiopian. Used to love playing Ethiopian knights. Triple stable Ethiopian knights. How do you know they're using different control groups for different units? Alright, Civ did not sell stone to go up. Pretty healthy food gold economy here. Got double stables, not triple just yet, but definitely set up for Knights spam here. Also gold in the bank. Will need 3 more builders on gold to justify double stables consistent production though. No more town centers added just yet. I suppose 1 town center will be added on stone and 1 on wood later on, unless you want to secure the gold further out here. I guess that could be a good TC spot as well. Double range, double stable. Yeah, looks like someone wants to. Okay, it's still the skirmishes. I was gonna say crossbow knight here, which would be strong in the castle age for the Franks. They have more hit points on the cavalry, obviously, and getting the instant 20% more hit points starting. Well, I suppose they always have it, but there aren't. No, starting in the feudal age, you get 20% more hit points on the cavalry. Look at this guy. He's been standing here the whole game waiting to play. This angry housewife is getting impatient. And is confused as to whether this is him playing or not. So many skirmishers! And now elite skirmishers coming in. It's not like Loki has been making any large amount of ranged units here, but I suppose elite skirmisher against the pikemen of the Ethiopians kind of makes sense. Who would pick islands as a home map besides me? Someone was a water map enjoyer. Is it Straumandes, I think? Yeah. So it could be Straumandes. He could be. Oh shit, who was picking the maps again here? He could be Civ, actually. And the guess is that he didn't play at all. Also an option. 2 players did not play the round of 16, finally. But Tiger has been on and off Age of Empires 2 as well in general. And technically Tiger never signed up. Nope, signed him up. So it could also be Tiger not playing. 22 military to 6 here. Loki falling behind in economy as well. Now mining stone, presumably for more TCs. Speaking of more TCs, it's a 1 TC all in for the players for now. For both of them. So it's not any of the big boomers, I think, unless they've purposefully adapted their playstyle to look like someone else. Forward monster, forward seat workshop with Sib here. Should be great to keep pushing here and keep the camels away, because you can't really risk losing your camels to conversions. It's also open on this side, on the wood line. So if Sib sees that, I mean, it's an easy quick wall, by all means. But if Sib sees that, that could be a point of entry for the knights as well. Speaking of military, knights still being made, pikemen being added as well to fortify the push forward with pike siege style combination here. We're inside the base, quick walls in making for Loki over here. So keeps the cavalry out for now. Doesn't really have enough camels to contest this army though. Yeah, it's a cleanup for Civ. Good fight on the hill there, got some elevation advantage to help as well. More monks being made here, conversions, and it's not a cleanup. I take that back. Because the Ethiopians... what was that new bonus again? Let me check it. Okay, their camels don't have any changes, but they have everything except the +2 defense, and I guess the numbers were enough to keep the Frank's camel knights away. And just like that, Civ and Loki are tied in, nearly tied in military again, as Civ has made the infantry switch, pikeman switch, and wants to... Yeah, still has the siege workshop that hasn't produced anything. But I guess some rams and mangonels here, perhaps. Monk goes down to pikeman, that's not something you see every day. Still no extra town centers for either of the players. Now more range is going up for Loki because the skirmishers are nowhere to be seen anymore. Here we go, we're adding some rams. Yeah, so we're going to try and punch through the market perhaps with pike siege. Knight finds the opening of the woodland and it's going to delay these ranges from going up and also deny any rewalling here. That's bad news for Loki over here. And the GG is called. Civ takes the first game. Let's have a look at the stats. Which also means that we are going to slopes next, which is a papaya peat map, to be fair. I think he likes that one. But I don't think papaya peat would necessarily play Franks for Wonderful Arabia. Don't think so. I love Franks, he says. Fair enough. Yeah, Franks are the best Civ. I agree on that. Convincing eco advantage for Franks, no, never really touched at home base. Convincing half time as well, that's not too shabby with the idle time. And yeah, that's it. Let's find game 2. Which I'm not sure if it's working, but let's hope for the best. Slopes it is indeed. Let's just go for it. Here are with slopes. On the sides, we have these lakes with deer and hunt. That's about 1,000's worth of food, which equates to quite a few farms. Loki really likes his men-at-arms. Oh yeah, it's a Japanese. It's gonna be men-at-arms now for sure. So it's Mongols versus Japanese, which means that the Mongols should be able to go up earlier than the Japanese here. I mean, Mongols could go for the hunt on the sides as well, place the first meal there instead of on the berries, and then really benefit from that. But then you'd have to be on the lookout for some early men-at-arms from the Japanese, which could be an issue if you go for a very exposed economy on the sides. Mongols with an early scouts opening here, though, should be able to get to the opponent before the... What the fuck? Of all the places to place a lumber camp, you go for the... far away from these. This is so exposed. That's like asking for trouble. What the fuck? It's not even the best wood line. I mean, it's better here. It's better here. Even here or there would be better. That's a long walking distance and it's far away from the... Yeesh. Civ is out and looking for trouble over here. We'll see if we can find some unloomed villagers to pick off, perhaps. That pig is far enough outside the TC for Civ to steal it, so I think. Oh, villager moving out. Finds the main gold, finds the town center, dodges the town center fire. Nice and early scouting here from Civ as the Mongols. Just a quick look at Papaya Pete's card again. Cav Archer fan, we haven't seen any Cav Archers yet. Civ, however, is not going to attempt to steal the boar. Or is he? Woo! Labor. That's gonna be a long distance for this scout to travel, though. But obviously a massive economic boost for the Mongols if Civ is able to bring it back home. Blue scouting, Loki scouting is on point though, gonna try and block the lame moving about over here, but that calls for some extra APM obviously. Yeah, that boar loses track of the scout, so that's just a waste of scout HP for Civ, unfortunately. It does offset the Japanese build order a little bit maybe, but we're gonna bring in the boar. And Civ almost did Loki a favor there in terms of the war luring, brought it a little bit closer to the builders. Also these guys to the sides. Nah, oh yeah, we all know who Just for Fun is, so... That's some of the certain guesses. That's Just for Fun and Arsak so far. Moving up to the sides, the Japanese player, the mills cost, or resource drop-off points cost half the wood. Barracks going up for the blue player as the Japanese, which means Civ should be expecting the men-at-arms, probably expecting that from the Japanese after all. I don't know what this guy's doing, but maybe just putting him to work, or just a misclick. Pretty heavy on the wood here, but that's to afford the barracks and eventually the stable, I guess. Sort of a barracks wall happening here. Barracks timing quite off for Civ. Must have been struggling for wood for the barracks here. Because of the extra mill over here. And also doesn't have the wood for the stable follow-up for the next stage. Might as well just drop the range at this point because the Japanese militia are already on the way. Loki's scouting seems to be on point. Took his time scouting or pushing the deer or just scouting. Yeah, he had to block the lure, of course. That could be why the scouting intel is a little bit late, but he doesn't really know too much about what's going on. He actually doesn't know for sure, other than the uptime indicating that Civ is going for the scouts here. Gets a few hits in. Japanese infantry attacks faster as well. Third militia lagging a little bit behind here, but it's gonna enter. It's also harder to quick wall against Japanese infantry because of their faster attack, especially when the men-at-arms upgrade kicks in, which just got clicked. So Loki will wait to engage for a while yet. He's going to the side actually to scout if there's any exposed. Oh, he doesn't see it! Mongols, no, Japanese scouting, I bet he wishes he had Mongol scouting now. Men-at-arms 10 seconds away, might need to cancel that because he's going to lose one men-at-arm before the upgrade here, most likely. But that kicks in, and at least we get a little bit more damage output from these guys. But that's a good pick-off from Civ there, giving Loki very little value from the men-at-arms opening. It's almost a mirror of the Arabia game here, men-at-arms, and then adding some spearmen, and Civ, the Mongols player, going for the scouts here. Is it Andy? Likes night civs. Mongols aren't really night civ though, are they? Did the Britons get banned? Let's have a look. Britons weren't banned, I think. Byzantines and Malians were banned. Britons weren't picked at all. Scouts now going for the very exposed hunt going on over here. They are quite weakened, so you could just fight that with villagers. Just target the weakest one first, but one villager at the very least going down here. We have 2 spearmen total. The other one seems to be out of position for the time being. Yeah, he's chilling out over here. Alright, one men-at-arms still. Oh, he keeps making the men-at-arms. What the heck? Alright. Guess the scouts will move back here and try to focus down the units here. Where's the ranged follow-up though? There's 3 on gold. So just gonna keep making men-at-arms here. So Eds97 said that he often goes all in longswords. This is technically only men-at-arms, and it's not working very well so far. Another villager going down! There's 2 villagers dead for Loki. Who also has higher ILT's time and is now effectively 5 villagers behind. It's going to be another villager pick-off for sure, maybe 2, because the spearmen are kind of out of position. They do attack faster being Japanese though, so you don't really want to engage them unless you absolutely have to. But this is not where you want your men-at-arms to be. You want to move forward and do some crazy forward aggression here. I know of a certain someone who likes to make men-at-arms. Yeah, I like men-at-arms. Especially with Japanese, because they attack faster. Oh, finally comes the range, giving that on the men-at-arms only. But you can't use them to defend. Need to move forward and force Civ to react at home base, right? Civ adding skirmishes against swearing to the scout-skirm combination here. And Loki spreading the villagers left and right, but there's an archer here as well, a stray archer that will be able to pick off Loki's villager over here most likely, and further losses for the blue player. You really need either, yeah, you really need ability to defend or to attack to keep your opponent busy if you're going for these exposed resources on the side. Yes, it's a fast hunt for the Mongols. It's a great benefit, both the hunt and the shorefish, but not if you lose all your villagers working on it. Found the woodland over at that side as well, a very exposed woodland. These villagers, I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to try to quick wall in the aggression here or just escape, move away again here. Oh, disaster for Loki on the whole map here. 7 villagers lost, more than 10 villagers behind total. And yeah, that's it. Quite the difference in strategy execution between these two, which means it could be a relatively high rated player against one of the lower ones. Let's see, I'm gonna make some notes here and yep, I changed my mind onto Civis. Or Civ. Because I have an idea who it might be. Good scouting, good reactions, decent, or yeah, a very decent 1v1 player that could probably contest most of the higher rated signups. I'm also gonna say who it is though. That's gonna be on my secret guessing board. We need to browse through the statistics here. Men-at-Arms upgrade, additional Men-at-Arms added as well. Nice quick uptime there for the Mongols. And village count, never lost a single villager here, whereas Loki was at a max of 28, meaning that, yeah, more than 10 villagers lead, as mentioned, for Civ, putting an impressive display here so far. GG.